to Spill the
Hello.
Tea with Alicia G. I'm your host, yours truly, Alicia G. If you're just tuning in, be sure to follow me here on BIGO, my Instagram, and my YouTube. Hit that bell for notifications. And don't forget to subscribe, all AliciaGWorld. And boom, boom, baby. We have two very special guests in the house tonight. The beautiful, the talented Gabriella and her talented, handsome husband, Jesse.
Thank you.
How are you both doing tonight? And thank you and welcome to Spill the Tea with Alicia.
Oh my God, we are so excited to be here.
Yes.
It's our first day back from BIGO?
Second day.
Second
But
day.
we had our joint audition yesterday. But hang on, real quick. Now that we're in PK format, I feel like the lights have changed, and we need to turn down this blue a little bit because I'm looking like an alien over here. So hold tight. But yeah, this is our second day back.
Share out this broadcast. Share out this broadcast, guys. When we spilling some tea, we get to know the husband and wife, the couple, from when they, grew up, what they're doing now, and we're also gonna make them blush just a little bit, in a fun way. All in fun, of course. So, when did you guys decide to join forces?
Speak of the lady of the hour herself, Taylor has been pretty
instrumental in making this happen. So this has been a thing that Gabrielle's been trying to get me to do for a long time.
Because I went to him as a musician, 4 years ago. 4 years ago in we already had our 4 years. So 4 years and a couple months ago, I came to him and then, we ended up getting romantically involved as well. But the whole time I was like, oh my gosh, we need to be in a thing together. And we were running a recording studio at the time, so it didn't really fit in to his schedule of being the head of the recording studio for him to take time. But
weirdly enough, I did not have time to start a side project then. But then, life happened,
So you two basically met. You first met at a recording studio.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we first met at a recording studio
8 years ago.
8 years ago.
8 years ago, we met at a recording studio. I don't know if you know Jer Bear, but he and I were, we've been best friends since I was 17. And so he and I were doing a parody for our YouTube show at the time. And we went in and we recorded this Ice Cream and Kraut. Some of you guys are familiar with this track. We recorded Ice Cream and Kraut in his recording studio, and that was 8 years ago. And then when I decided to start doing music, I was like, oh, let me reach out to this guy that did this parody song for me. And he was running a recording studio, a different one at that time. So I went to him, and that's basically 8 years ago.
Wow. How time flies. Let's back it up a little bit more. So, Gabriella, Jesse, where were you both born?
I'm a California boy, born and raised. I never really lived anywhere else, but
Yeah, I'm from San Diego, but I was born in Arizona, and then we moved out. So I've been also a California girl, but I moved to New York when I was 17. That's where I met Jer, and I lived there for 6 years. So I kind of feel more like an East Coaster, in my heart. And I'm also, you guys, shout out to everyone in New York and New Jersey right now who's dealing with this horrible flood. Our thoughts and prayers. I saw the damage and all the video, and I just oh my gosh, that was literally, we went, when he proposed, we stayed in this really cute Airbnb in Bushwick, and Bushwick is underwater right now. So anyways, it's really sad, and we're sending our prayers, but that's a side note, and I really miss New York, and I'm very sad for them. But yeah.
All right. Now, I know Gabriella here does have some brothers and sisters.
I do. Mr. Noah is my brother. China Sky is his girlfriend. And I also have two other younger brothers, or 2 other sisters, one brother, one sister that are not on BIGO.
Okay. Now, what about you, Jesse?
I have two sisters, actually, that were both at one point on BIGO. What were...
It was Pastel.
Pastel and what was...
I can't remember what her BIGO name was. It was just Jess?
It might have just been Jess.
That's what you're saying.
Jess. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know, it's like...
So it's a family affair.
You know, especially having siblings, it's like once one of us gets on, the other's like, what is this? What are you doing?
Yeah.
It definitely is a family affair.
Yeah.
It really is. Like me, I have Big Mama, Big Papa, me, and they Jeremy.
Yeah. And my mom's on as well. Noah's Mama Lala. So it is. It's a family situation.
The family BIGO. So, growing up in school, were you, the smarty pants? Were you the popular one? How was school for both of you? Were you guys popular?
Do you want to take your experience first?
You could go first.
I was an awkward nerd in high school.
Oops.
Like, for sure. I did kind of come out of my shell in the theater a little bit. But for the most part, I had a very small group of friends that we would just like all hang out and play video games together, and like that was my thing. That was my entire high school experience.
Go ahead.
But I forgot I did also play in bands during that time, so I guess that did kind of maybe up my coolness, but like nobody really knew about it, so it didn't really work out. But I would bring my guitar sometimes, so I was also that kid. Yeah.
Would you play any sports?
Not in school. I liked solo sports more. I did fencing for a little bit. I did boxing for a long time. But yeah, did not do football or anything. Not my jam.
I'm gonna guess you're the popular one now. Am I right?
I was a theater kid, so I was like kind of I was not so popular in the beginning years, and then I started dating the biggest drug dealer in my school, and
we're spilling that
right?
tea.
That's the tea.
It's gonna get lit, hot and spicy up in here.
So yeah, I ended up like. I was, it didn't start that way, but the biggest, and we're talking like marijuana back in the day and whatever. But like, and so I became cool because I was dating him, and that, and I don't know, I kind of always kept my like a really close friend group. So I was told like after the fact that like I was popular, but I wasn't necessarily like in doing all of the popular crowd things per se. Well, maybe I was, but I was.
Okay.
I was.
I remember hearing stories of parties that you hosted.
I hosted. Oh, that was.
We're gonna get into that.
Oh,
we're
boy.
gonna get into that.
Okay.
Now, okay. So, partying days. Who was the bigger partier?
I was. Yeah.
Now we want to hear some stories, like when we mean party, like like you threw a house party where the cops came, like. Oh, spill the tea, girl.
I've had a few house parties that have been broken up by the cops. Yeah, okay, so probably one of my most impressive stories is that I had a party at my mom's house when she was out of town. And it was, I don't know, like, I'm sure there was like 300 or something people there, and I live kind of in it's not a one-way street, but let's just say that if you were to park on that one-way street, 300 people. Yeah.
Oh my God.
If you were to park on that street, let's just say that you would definitely, Rain, thank you. You would definitely not be able to have anyone else park. So the cops tried to come to that party and drive up. They ended up having to walk up. So I
didn't hear about that part.
They were really testy by the time they got there. But I'll be totally honest. I called the cops on my own party because I told people to leave. I didn't expect it to get that big, and then I was like, "You guys need to leave. This is like getting too much." And like it was like my house was swarm. It got out. Like I told a lot of people, but I didn't expect it to like be like, even my own best friends couldn't get there because there were too many other people. They're like, Gabrielle, I cannot get to your house right now. There's too many cars parked.
Were you like a freshman,
I
sophomore,
was
junior, senior,
a sophomore, I believe. I did graduate my junior year. So
Okay.
yeah.
Party girl now.
I might have been my junior year. It's possible. It's actually really possible that it was my junior year. It's actually more likely that it was my junior year and my final year because I graduated a year early and I moved to New York to go to school. So I ended my party days at 17, kind of, those type of party days. Yeah.
But overall, you would be classified as the party girl? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Jesse, any party stories? I mean, it really wild. Like the car was in the lake. You found next morning.
I've never had a car in a lake. I've had very, very So after high school is kind of when I actually started coming out of my shell and being more social. So I actually went to parties, and I would only ever go if like my best friend was going or if I had my crew of people. However, my best friend at the time had a really, really good habit of, he always made my drinks, and I was blacked out before I knew it, usually. So, this was, oh my gosh, my joint 18th birthday with my other best friend, there was like 25 people there, not a whole lot, but they were throwing so much alcohol down our throats. Me and my friend blacked out. We threw up everywhere, both of us in different places, and none of our friends were super happy about it, but they were really cool about it the next day. Yeah, that was my first like real hangover, and I felt like dying the next day. Yeah, that's how good I am at partying.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, viewers tuning in, welcome to Spill the Tea with Alicia G. Be sure you're following, sharing, tapping on that screen. Remember, guys, all social media, AliciaGWorld. Be sure you're following, sharing, tapping on that screen. Give them a follow, guys. They are a joint account now, and a husband and wife, Jesse, Gabrielle, Jesse, and they are spilling some tea.
We are the newly formed band, RhodesXRhodes, managed by Taylor.
Yes.
Oh, we're going to get into that, too. We're going to get into that. All right, now let's back it up. Okay, so how did you two first meet? In the recording studio, you said, basically? Okay. And by the way, if you know Taylor, the owner, founder of Karma, and my manager, that is actually their manager for music as well.
Yeah. That just happened recently. When did we...
Well, I think once we went to Vegas and started working like the first time is when this all was like solidified. But it had been in the works for some time.
Yeah, we've been talking about it for a little bit, but I guess officially in like May.
Yeah.
End of May.
Mm-hmm.
Was
what type of projects now do you guys have lined up or coming out? Any new songs? Then we're gonna some more.
So we do have one single that's just about ready. Our first one, we're just finalizing the release dates, but it's going to be within the next 4 to 6 weeks.
Yes. It's called Take This Fast, and it's written and produced by the two of us. And I'll be honest, Jesse he's a really, really talented producer, engineer, and mixer. People who don't know, like a mix engineer does all of, once you have everything recorded. You want to explain, not me?
I guess if anyone does want a quick rundown, like all the pieces of an individual song are raw, so someone has to make them all sound good together.
So he's like, makes like a pretty soup. And I mean, through the years, I've heard all of his artists that he's done just the mixes on, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you made that sound so much better than it was before. So like 95% of the song sounding as good as it is entirely Jesse. But yeah, we've been working really hard on it. And Taylor, we started writing it in Vegas with Taylor, and we finished writing it in Jesse's childhood bedroom. Yeah. And then we started recording it in North Carolina, in Taylor's attic, and we finished recording it in Jesse's childhood bedroom.
Yeah. So we're just, living our nomadic musician life, basically.
Yeah.
Very cool. Is there going to be any music videos, any promotional?
Yes. Yeah, we got all these things are kind of in the works. We definitely have a video idea for this first single. We've got our shirts coming out. This is our very first line.
Yes. We actually have a raffle. You can probably see on my second picture if anyone wants to check it out. We're doing a shirt. We're giving away our very first. This is our first OG RhodesXRhodes shirt design. So we are putting those out for anyone who joins our mailing list. And then for every 1,000 beans, you get entered into the raffle for this and a $50 Visa gift card. So we are doing that. And just we're starting off some of that stuff. We're releasing, we'll be releasing music. We're working on music videos.
I think we're right now we're focusing on just making music, which has been nice. It's something we haven't had the chance to do in the last several years.
Building the social media and it's not overnight.
It's such an animal of its own.
It really is.
You're great with the social media.
You are so good at social media. I'm horrible with it.
I see you and I'm like, look at you go. Where do you find the motivation? Literally, I need to sit down and pick your brain so you can spill the tea to me on how you are so good at social media.
All I'm going to say is, it's a team.
Yeah, teamwork makes the dream work.
It's definitely a team.
Orange juice!
There's no I in team. Whether it's the I in a winning team.
Yes! I love it. Yeah, that's amazing.
I am Bobster. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just coming in, be sure you are following, sharing, tapping the screen. Be sure to give them a follow if you haven't already. This is the husband, the wife, the husband, music artist, top streamers on BIGO as well, and give them a follow, guys. I'm spilling some more tea here with Alicia.
I know, G. I don't know if she does it without caffeine either.
That's a feat of it's. I know you don't do it.
I don't.
I know, and we don't know how.
We don't know.
We don't know what you're. We don't know what you're doing.
Where's your battery pack?
Yeah. Did they give you a battery pack? You just charge that, switch it out?
It's honestly just a motivation to never give up and make success. And to follow my dreams and never ever give up. I just never give up. The best is to come to believe. It's right to have positive, uplifting people.
I love it.
And
give it up. We are Gabrielle and Jesse, and together we are
RhodesXRhodes.
That's why I like having this up here now. It's like, here, rebrand. Look at it.
Yeah, I like it up there too.
Loving it. I love the rebrand. I know how, right? 24/7. All right, so we talked a little bit, starting out. We all grew up, school, but dating a little bit. How you two met, the music. Now let's get back into BIGO. How did you guys find BIGO?
Noah, actually.
Yeah.
Noah in China.
Oh,
they started a few months before we did, and of course when we were in the thick of things going crazy at the studio, Noah was a student at the studio at the time, so he was in class with BIGO on. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And they'd come over and hang out, and they'd be watching BIGO and talking about BIGO. We had no idea what they were talking about, so we were super really annoyed.
We did not care for it at
like
first.
it.
We were like, listen, if we have to hear Sir Bagel's name one more time.
We don't know who this person is.
Yeah.
Why is he a bagel?
Yeah, we really didn't understand. It was just like that. I just remember at that point, I think he was probably big on the app, which he wasn't actually. I've never even met Sir Bagel, but at the time, Sir Bagel was a huge name, and I remember hearing Noah and China saying it all the time, and I was like, Jesse, if I hear about this bagel guy one more time.
But then lo and behold, they were like, you guys should be hosts. And we were like, what? They're like, yeah, you can, make things happen as a host. And we're like, okay, I guess we'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now you guys full-time as your main job. Is this your full-time main job?
Now, yeah, kind of. I mean,
he's still
it's weird.
Produce,
yeah, we do like.
I executive before this. We hear dogs or something. Before this, I executive.
Like, what did you guys do before BIGO? Like, what was your guys' first job starting out right out of school? Like, what did you guys do?
Well, I'm an actress by trade. So I went to school in New York, and I went to the New York Conservatory for Dramatic Arts, and I did, that whole world, which was a pretty crazy thing. And acting is still something that I do, but then I transitioned to. I needed to pay the bills because I wasn't booking jobs and I was a kid. So I took a job at a company called RW Media out here in LA. And so I helped, I was the assistant or the executive assistant to the main person. So I ended up executive producing a bunch of music videos, everyone from like J. Cole to Mariah Carey, Panic at the Disco. So yeah, to name a few.
No big deal.
Very cool.
So we executive produced those, and we represented the directors for them, and it was a whole really amazing experience, honestly. But then I guess at some point I decided I wanted to get out of the acting world so much and just try my hands at music, because acting, and I started directing, and it was just, I don't know, I decided to do music and just give up acting entirely because I got sick of it. And that's when I found this dude.
Yeah.
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 And then what was your job?
Right out of high school, I worked at a Starbucks in a grocery store. And I got that job because my friend's mom was the manager of the store. I was 17 when I graduated, and nobody would hire me. Ever. I didn't get hired very often when I tried to get real jobs. But, yeah, so I went from Starbucks to doing, occasionally doing some work with my father at his company. Oh my God, I can make you a caramel macchiato, and it gives me weird flashbacks. Oh, caramel macchiatos. The foam will get you. Anyway, so right after that,
light whip.
Yeah, you gotta get it right. Crosshatch. None of this single.
The
single
crosshatch. Yeah, that's important. Even though no one sees it because there's a top on it.
Shh, don't. It's art.
All right, and then you moved into
So right after that, I started this program called Recording Connection. It's really cool. It sends their students to actual working recording studios for one-on-one mentoring. So that was my college. And I kind of got hired before I graduated at the studio that we initially met at. So, yeah, I was the head engineer there for 3 years. Then I left that place with a partner that I met there. And we started a new studio together. Is that?
You continue. I hear my dog barking outside. I just need to get him.
No, she's right there.
Okay. All right, let me double check one thing, that this is close to the cascade on the dog.
All right. Do you guys want to continue on the BIGO talk a little bit, or talk about the relationship?
We can go either way. I guess we'll wait for her to get back for the relationship talk, unless.
Well, okay. We'll go with BIGO. Best experience on BIGO for you.
Do I say it again?
Best experience ever on BIGO.
Ooh, best experience on BIGO. Hi puppies. Of course, yes. Meeting Lala was one of the best experiences I've ever had on BIGO. I mean, that's not entirely inaccurate. We love Lala. She's been hanging out with us for so long, and now she's our BIGO daughter, and we love her.
She was just staying with my mom for like a month. Yeah, she's a cool one.
Yeah. I think that's kind of what I have to say. Like, the best thing that I've had out of BIGO is the people that I've met. You know, like the really cool friendships that I've had. Like Taylor, Lala, Salvo, and Tor, who were, you know, both, they came to our wedding. Tor was one of my groomsmen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, probably Taylor's one of my all-time best friends, so that is definitely probably my favorite portion, like, as well, one of my favorites. Lala as well. But yeah, I mean, like, the people. Salvo, I also love so much. Tor, also.
We've also had some really fun shows that we've done.
We have done some really cool shows. I forgot. We had, before BIGO was doing official shows, we had like a whole schedule and a calendar, and we had a bunch of shows and people and guests, and so we've been here almost 2.5 years now, so there's been so many cycles, so it's been fun.
Oh, wow. I actually just celebrated my 2.5 years.
Hey.
Wow. We must be just like a few months behind you then.
Boom, boom, baby. Now, worst experience on BIGO. Worst experience.
Oh. I've had some awkward PKs. I feel like I've tried to like block them out of my memory now, because we try very hard to avoid BIGO drama.
We do.
Very hard. We don't get involved. But sometimes it comes to us, and I can't think of any specific experiences. I think I've just definitely had time, like PKs, where I've felt super, super awkward, and they've been like weirdly rude for no reason.
Do you remember when there was a whole bunch of drama around, like, everyone was going into Mama T's stream, that whole situation? So I would say my worst part is, like, when people are messing with my friends, I lose a lot of money.
Oh, that's
That's the worst part. Because I literally, were surprising PK loss. I don't know. Those I don't remember as much. But, like, if someone's being super rude, like, I don't care if you're going to lose, like, but if you're just being so rude, and, like, this specific situation was, I'm not going to, like, say what was being said, but there was a lot of really, really bad things. Oh. And, like, Mama was, like, in tears, and I was, like, throwing so much money at her. I was, like, it was a horrible time. So I think that was, like, some of the worst, like, little season there.
Yeah. Well, actually, I do have a really bad, weird PK loss, I think, if I remember correctly. But there was a time a couple years ago, I think this was during one of the big events, like Battle Throne or something, when they still had those. Those were fun. I was against, what was his name? Maddie from Mecca. And he and Noah had beef at the time, and, like, I don't know. The PK was very close, and Noah tried to snipe the victory, but it did not. I don't think it went through. Or they out sniped because no one else was doing it. And so I lost, and Noah was not happy.
Was very upset about that one.
Very upset. I didn't know he was throwing it.
I didn't know he was. He assumed. Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That was a bad one.
Mm-hmm.
We'll move to happy. Best gift you gave each other on the app. And then we're gonna spill some tea. Gotta keep it
I started dropping Utility Unicorn on you pretty consistently for a while.
Yeah, I think you dropped me the Marry Me.
I'm sure I have at some point.
I think you dropped me the Marry Me.
I feel like I had to.
Oh, thank you, Charles. Yes, you did. And I think I've definitely. We had a brief time where we were really loving dropping the magic egg.
Oh, yeah.
So there was like the fox and there still is the same ones, but there was a time when we were like gambling
we were
those
hitting
eggs,
those
and we were
eggs.
getting them a lot, and I was really obsessed with getting the unicorn. So he kept on giving me the unicorn randomly, and I really liked that. I don't know. I think I'd give you. Now we're on one account, so that's gonna be. I won't be able to gift you, but I'll be like, this is what I would send you, honey.
I don't have a divorce me on there. What is it? Negative beans? Do you pull diamonds back for that one? Or you send it and then you take half?
That's a funny one.
Assless chaps. Guys, we're ready to spill some tea. Let's spill some tea. You're on Spill Tea with Alicia G. We have Gabriella. We have Jesse. They are husband and wife. They join forces. They are a joint account now. All right. Best accomplishment of being together as a husband and wife.
I mean, being.
I think. Well, at this point, maybe staying together.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big one. Like it's been a very eventful first year of marriage. Like not because of anything.
Well, we're on to
between
two.
the
We're
two.
almost
yeah.
in the second year. We're coming
It's
up on.
It's been a very eventful first couple of years of marriages.
Yeah, I mean, like not that we're great, but other people would
It's
not have necessarily been able to hang in for some of the things. I mean,
the big life rides.
The
that
past
we've been on.
year, there was some situations that came about, and my little brother ran away from home, and he had to come live with us for almost the whole school year. And, well, no, the whole school year, almost the whole year. And so, being brand newlyweds with, like, a 15-year-old teenage boy that we're now raising who, like, ran away and has, like, needs to have a lot of talking to and all of that, like.
Well, and previous to that, we had just been married and then moved back to your mom's
the
house.
whole COVID hit.
COVID hit, and we were all in the same house together.
Yeah. So.
And it got some crazy time.
Yeah. It was a rough time, and I mean, we got him through it, and like it was definitely it made us really strong. But I mean,
yes, second to that,
I think that's probably one of the biggest things that we've ever had to go through is being parents to a 15-year-old as newlyweds. I think that's probably the answer.
But I think our best accomplishment that we're proud of is actually finishing our first song, because we've tried for several years, and life just didn't let it happen, and we've finally done it.
That is what we are most proud of. That's true. We are very excited to release Take This Fast, guys.
And congratulations on that. That's a huge achievement, truly. Now, who said I love you first?
I did.
This guy.
That was me. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We've gotten into a fight, and like there's always a weird moment of panic when you like think you might lose somebody that you're like, oh no, I don't want that to happen. So you say things that you realize that you actually mean.
Yeah, he was like, listen, I think I love you. And wow, I just said that out loud. I think that wasn't, I think this is kind of scary for me to say this, and I can't believe this is definitely, I'm sure this is really too soon, and you're scared, or like, he just started word vomiting after that, like hardcore. And I was like, I was really mad at him as well. And I was like, oh, I mean, I love you too, but Jesus, so it was, that's
how it happened.
That's how it happened.
Do you guys partake in, I guess you guys drink, favorite drink? Are you guys big drinkers?
I mean, right now we're on tequila train. We go through seasons.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also, we are very just like cut and dry. We like
seasonal
our liquor the way it is. For the most part.
We don't really do it's not like we don't do like margaritas or like
we will,
but we're not like ones that are like, hey, let's go get margaritas.
I'm not like, we're not gonna make a margarita just.
And even then, like, the amount of margaritas that are actually good out in the world, there's, like, a few places. Kaylin! There's a few places that I like their margaritas because they do a really spicy margarita.
Ooh, those are good.
If you do a nice spicy margarita, okay, I'm down for that. But other than that, like, we will just be like, oh, like, here, we'll just take
a shot or on the rocks.
Yeah. So, tequila
Nothing wrong
is
with
the
that.
current time, but
we've had.
We did whiskey for a while. We did bourbon for a while. We did vodka for a while. We had a gin phase for a hot minute.
Very
hot
very
minute.
short hot minute.
But yeah, we just I don't know. We just kind of go with whatever is in the mood.
Whatever feels.
And sometimes we don't drink, and sometimes we do, and
Right.
whatever is floating our boat that day. We were thinking about having wine with our Italian dinner tonight.
You just do.
Kayla and Alyssa, thank you for sharing.
Fine. Okay. Sounds good. I'll have a glass
Hey.
to join you guys. This is Spill It TEA G. If you're following, sharing, tapping the screen, if you're following the couple, the husband and wife, Gabrielle, Jesse, and myself, all on Spill It TEA with Alicia G. All right, I'm going to ask you a few quick fun ones. Who drives better?
I guess her. Yeah.
Are you a fast driver?
I am a fast driver. I've been driving for, I guess I've been driving just longer than you.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up kind of with just cars. I drove them since I was 12, 13 because we lived on the back roads. So I've been driving and I drive fast but we get there safely and securely, and we normally knock off a few minutes on the way.
Yeah, I feel.
Ever got a speeding
I
ticket?
have gotten. Ooh. Oh, that's you. I was I don't see an alarm coming down on my phone.
I know. I was like, what?
Yeah. I've gotten
Make a wish, beloved.
2 speeding tickets ever. One when I was 16 and one when I was 21. And I haven't had one since.
Oh, wait.
Ooh, make a wish.
7-Eleven, don't say out loud, type or text.
Oh no.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my god. Alright. Who is a
Jesse.
better cook? Who
Jesse.
does most of the cooking?
Yeah.
Right, you do the
Yeah,
most of the cooking? Who is messier? We're gonna do a quick rundown, a few questions, and then we're having you sing a song at the end. By the way.
Who is messier? I kind of feel like it's you.
I don't know.
We
Listen,
both,
we're not. Neither of us were particularly tidy.
but
To be honest,
we go through phases, so it just takes some time.
Yeah, but I mean,
what?
Okay.
I mean, I've come into the bathroom during your makeup time.
Listen, okay, no one can judge during makeup time, right, Alicia? That's not fair.
Who takes longer getting ready? Who takes
Me.
longer getting ready? Okay.
Both cars.
We are staying in my mother-in-law's brand newly purchased home that has no furniture, save for these 2 chairs that we're sitting right now and the folding table that our computer's on. So,
which we brought.
yeah, we brought these items. Oh, and this shirt.
Who's the better dancer?
Me. Yep.
Okay. Who can keep a better secret?
Jesse.
Yeah.
I mean, if you tell me to keep a secret, I will, but I have, I'm a girl and I am chatty, so you do have to tell me, don't tell anyone this, and then I won't. But otherwise, I might tell someone something if you don't tell me that you didn't. Huh?
She usually tells me.
Yeah, I tell.
Who throws the biggest tantrum?
Ooh.
I don't say you. Yeah, I mean... Yes. When you throw a tantrum, you throw a tantrum, girl. Come on, let's not play.
Listen,
Who hogs all the blankets?
Me.
Yes.
Our dog.
Our dog.
Who spends the most
Me.
money? Who's better at saving money?
Me.
Who does the house chores?
Split.
Laundry.
I do the laundry. Jesse does like a lot of the cooking, so I do more of the cleaning if I can, but he often beats me to it because I am in the middle of something and he just does it. But we both, it's a split.
Okay. Who sleeps the longest? Like, not a morning person.
Jesse is not a morning person.
I'm not a morning person, but and that's another thing. We go through seasons. Like, there's times when I get up earlier consistently, and
we're in a current pattern where I am the early riser.
She is, and it's getting annoying.
Who is most likely to run late?
Yeah.
Her.
I mean,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who is the first to start an argument?
You know, we really don't like argue. We more like bring up points to each other. Which I guess I will bring something to the table quicker because I don't want it to get to an argument state. Like, I just am like, hey, this kind of like rubbed me the wrong way. Like, did you mean it this way? You know? And he's just like, obviously I didn't mean it that way. Like, I would mean it this way. Why would you think that? So that's kind of like, I don't think we do that much arguing, really. So.
Yeah. But.
Who says I'm sorry first?
Oh, that's good. I don't know. I mean, we both have a healthy level of apologizing just to move.
It depends.
You know, it's part. You know, once you're married, you're like, listen, is this worth? Thank you, Mama. Is this worth me like holding on to like my side? Like, I get your side. Like, I'm sorry. So totally didn't mean to hurt your feelings. And I think we both throw I'm sorry around like it's confetti.
Yeah.
All right. Sweetest date you two ever had? Sweetest date between the both of you? A magical, the sweetest date, dinner, flowers, I don't know, all that jazz.
I mean, we do like a lot of very cute, like he cooks, he's not just like a good cook, he's like an amazing chef. And he does like the whole, like he will turn out. Okay. So sometimes / a lot of times, I have taken a lot of the wedding stuff that we have left over, you know, like garlands and the candles, and I'll just set it out. Obviously, I haven't been able to do that in a bit, but I'll set it all out on the dining room table and kind of like, you know, bring back all of those little bits, and then he'll cook, and then we sit down and have like steak and wine and... Those are.
We kind of create our own like
little cocktail.
Yeah. We make our own little like romantic evenings, but I think Disneyland is always like, we had Valentine's Day at the Blue Bayou one time, and it was raining cats and dogs, and we finally got there and we ate and got on a ride, and that was like one of our first Valentine's Day ever, and yeah, I think that was cute. Yeah.
I want to say thank you so much for sharing all about you guys' from school to growing up to jobs to BIGO to now and marriage life. I appreciate it so much. I hope you guys had fun. I know I had a blast. I hope I made you blush a little bit.
We got some blushes.
Thank you so much for having us.
Would you like to
sing
a song?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Well, we've got Mama and Taylor here, so we might as well do 2 fingers for them. Right?
Yeah, let's raise this up.
Alright.
Sure to give them a follow, guys. If you haven't, follow me. I hope you all enjoy our time on Spill Tea with Alicia G. Bust out the guitar.
Do you want me to pull this up?
Yes. Okay. So, yeah, I think it's Mama and Taylor here. We did this for them last... last night,
but we didn't.
It's okay. We didn't do the whole thing for them. So.
Yeah.
Here, one second.
Yeah, we just like started it. We did the chorus for Mama only.
All right. Oh, just drinking water. How rude would that have been? It's like we're starting.
What's in that cup of water? What's in that water?
All right.
Thank you.
I drink to remember, I smoke to forget, some things to be proud of, some stuff to forget, and down some dark alleys in my own head. Something is changing, changing, changing. I go back to Houston to see my old friends, the best people I have ever met. Skin up a fat one, half of a bed. Something is changing, changing, changing. So I kiss goodbye to every little ounce of pain. Light a cigarette and wish the world away. I'm alive and I'm here to stay. So I hold till the fingers up to yesterday. Light a cigarette and wish the world away. I'm alive and I'm here to stay. Down in the kitchen, drinking white lightning. He's with my mama, yeah, I'm fine. It's not the first time I'm praying for silence. Something is changing, changing, changing. So I kiss goodbye to every little ounce of pain. Light a cigarette and wish the world away. I'm alive and I'm here to stay. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So I hold till the fingers up to yesterday. Light a cigarette and smoke it all away. I'm alive and I'm here to stay. Every story's for every chord to take. You're running so hard, you got out, but you need time to take. I'm older, but I've learned some new tricks, yeah. Thank you, guys. So I kiss goodbye to every little ounce of pain. Light a cigarette and wish the world away. I got out, I'm alive and I'm here to stay. So I hold till the fingers up to yesterday. Light a cigarette and smoke it all away. I'm alive and I'm here to stay. Thank you, broken. Hey, hey, it's fine. Hey, hey, it's fine. Hey, hey, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh my god, that was awesome. Talk about
Wow.
Thank you all so much. I see we've got some entries to our raffle. I will add them on. You will see.
that was awesome.
We're going to announce the raffle.
And that's a sneak preview of some of the new content they have coming very soon. Stay posted. RhodesXRhodes.
Thank you so much for
Coming
having
in hot.
us. We so love you, Alicia.
Guys, yes,
Thank you.
if there's anyone on our side who's not
Much
following
love.
the incredible Alicia G.
Make sure you follow her right now.
Let's get a quick screenshot with you two. Ready? It's so hard with this. Oh,
All right.
Yay.
I'll.
boom, boom, baby.
Oh, thank you, girl.
Much love. Best of luck in the music and everything. And what a lovely, beautiful couple.
Alicia, thank you so much.
Any social medias you want to shout out?
Yes, if you guys want to
Social
follow
media,
us on
shout out.
Instagram, RhodesXRhodes, check us out on our website, RhodesXRhodes.com, and basically wherever you look for things, type in RhodesXRhodes, you're going to find us.
Yeah, we've got a lot of cool new stuff coming out. We're excited to share, but follow us to stay tuned.
Yeah, and join the mailing list if you want to be entered into the raffle for the shirt, and then you'll be able to stay in on everything.
Much
Love you.
Thank you so much. I had a blast. I hope
Thank you. I had so much fun.
Much
I'll see you
love.
later,
Thank
girl.
Boom, boom. Bye. Much love. Be sure to follow them, guys. That was awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Spill the Tea with Alicia G. Be sure you are following me. If you haven't already, give them a follow too. RhodesXRhodes, coming in hot, coming soon. Much love to all. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being amazing. Remember, guys, every Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Spill the Tea with Alicia G. Stay tuned, coming soon. More next Thursday. All social media, AliciaGWorld. Be sure to follow me on BIGO, my Instagram, my YouTube. Hit that subscribe and notifications too. And love you all. And boom, boom, baby. See you next time. Thanks for watching.